legendary gamers.
Hello everyone and welcome to another Starcraft 2 Shoutcast. I'm your announcer, Mr. Worm. Today we will be viewing a 1 vs 1 on Shakuras Plateau. This is a PvZ with our Zerg player in the bottom right position being cLSBellini. And his opponent is going to be in the top left-hand corner. It is FnaticMSiTTI TT1. Bellini is a member of the Colombian League Starcrafters clan. I wish I could have brought you more information, but I couldn't get their site to load. I'm sure I don't need to tell you the exploits of TT1. He's quickly becoming a household name these days. If you're new to StarCraft 2, he's a Canadian player who placed second at MLG Dallas. He's a very aggressive player, so I'll be very interested to see what happens here. Pylon going down here for TT1. FnaticMSiTTI TT1 is currently ranked 113 in Grandmasters with a 65.97% win-loss ratio. Bellini is ranked 5 in Masters League with a 50.55% win-loss ratio. So the odds are slightly more in favor of TT1, especially when you consider all the experience he gained from fighting players of Code S and Code A, and upper echelon caliber of players when he competes in these major competitions. Not only that, but he's shown himself very competent, and he manages to keep his cool and is very good and composed under fire. I did make this cast earlier without watching it beforehand. Unfortunately, I found out later that my video record was not on, so I'm going to do my best to sound surprised, even if I'm not really. FnaticMSiTTI, TT1, doing a little harass there, just trying to pull a probe, and Bellini is not falling for it. And Bellini going out for a scout here, just checking across the map. FnaticMSiTTI continuing to chrono boost out his probes, checking the harvester count. 1 up for MSI here, and he is going Nexus first, and indicative of that pylon going down here, down at the natural. It's only natural, and it does look as if FnaticMSiTTI is just harassing, so there's the line right there. I was curious about this earlier. Okay, so he does not actually block the hatch going down. He doesn't block it at all. He could have still dropped that hatch exactly where he needed it to. However, he doesn't. Instead, he decides to go ahead and expand off to his third. Which I still really like this play because it denies scouting information for TT1. TT1 doesn't know that this third is here. He can only make the assumption based on the fact that the secondary drone had walked away. Now, had he taken another drone up and out, then he probably wouldn't have given away that little bit of information that a drone was scurrying off somewhere. Or if the drone had showed up here, maybe that would have said, you know, okay, here it is. There he goes, taking the third now. And here goes TT1. I gotta quit calling him MSI. Okay, he is TT1, ladies and gentlemen, TT1, not MSI. And Bellini is Bellini. Sure, he represents Fnatic and MSI, but his name is not MSI. I need to stop doing that. I keep doing that. A couple of Zerglings moving out for Bellini, and they are just going to miss that probe. Oh! Overlord catches the vision and decides we want to come back for him. And look at that trap right there. And that guy goes down. Let's check the units lost tab here. 3. Oh, 3. I guess he already got 3 probes. Huh. That's interesting. So, the Queen is already out for Bellini at this point. Very nicely done. And second gateway coming out for TT1 here. He's got that forge down with a single cannon up. Now, normally when you see this, you see a complete solid wall, at least for an initial. However, TT1, having come up here and scouted this, knows that there is going to be no additional pressure. That is kind of a problem because he didn't know that. He had no guarantees about that. There was no way for him to know that. And Bellini, of course, is going to make a quick pause here. So he kind of took a shot in the dark by leaving this gap. Had TT1 just gone for a bunch of lings really, really fast and run across the map, this actual opening could have been really, really bad for TT1. But of course, TT1 is a pro. I am not. He knows better than I do. Just keep that in mind. So now all 3 queens are out. Creep Tumor is nicely spreading creep down that ramp, connecting the bases. As we know, Korean players do not do this. And there is a Roach Warren going down. And there is 5 Zealots on the field. Weapons level 1 coming out. Excuse me, Crackling upgrade coming here. As we know, Metabolic Boost, which is the Zergling speed upgrade. And it does look as if Bellini's going for Lair now. And that's about normal timing, right about 7.5 minutes is normal. You know, I don't even know if I could do this on 2 base. I mean, really, when I look at Bellini, now I am a random player, obviously, so, and even though I'm a random player, I probably still would not have the capacity to do this kind of a build on 3 base. There's just no way. However, that weapons level 1 upgrade did finish. So these Zealots are going to be really, really nasty against these Zerglings. And look at them just shredding through them, ladies and gentlemen. No time at all. However, those roaches do come out, and they are just going to deny. There's just one poor guy left in the back. 23 hit points, 19. Oh, that was clever, MSI. I like that little move. That was really, really clever. Circling him around the back. That is what we call good micro, ladies and gentlemen. I see. Moving him away from the pack, trying to let him survive. A little misclick there for Bellini. However, he's like, yeah, I've got this one Zergling. I can take him. Nope. No, you can't. Those shields regenerate very, very quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Already back up to full. Just takes one quick trek across the map. And a bunch of roaches coming out. 8 more in production for Bellini. He is already 102 of 102. See, there is just no way I could do this fast. And TT1 does look like he is supply blocked right now. Wow. Yeah, he is really supply blocked. I mean, he's got to be producing some more. There we go. 3 more pounds coming down. But look at the timing on that. Still supply blocked. There we go. That is a big, big waste of time for him. And it does look like TT1 is going to go ahead and push out for his third. Now that he's got these pylons on the high ground, he can warp directly in here and reinforce this area to help protect it. However, generally, it's more expected that people will come down here and take this as their second expansion. Or as their third. Nice push in there. Did not let him retreat with those sentries. Sentries are slower than roaches, even off creep. So these sentries will be able to catch up. Force fields going down for TT1. Zealots doing work, ladies and gentlemen. Look how much damage they do per swipe. It is absolutely ridiculous. He is just chewing through these roaches. However, it is not going to be enough. And TT1 being forced to fade back takes out another sentry. One more. And another. I can't even count how many that was. However, now that all these roaches and all these new reinforcements have come by, whoa! That guy just barely got out of there alive. Whew! That is the lucky roach right there, ladies and gentlemen. Lucky, lucky little roach. He didn't even know what to do with himself. He's like, I don't know how I managed to do that. Now I survive. Bunch of Zerglings over here. What are they doing? Looks like Bellini is trying to go for a run by here. Up the ramp he goes during the transfer, and a nice warped zealot block. Couple of force fields trying to limit him. Just not going to get it done. These things are way too fast, ladies and gentlemen. So, it does look like the Hydralisk Dan has finished, and there are 12 Hydras coming out. Ooh! I think he actually killed that pylon. However, it looked like the cancel animation, but I did not see the words cancel come up. And all these poor Zerglings going to get trapped in there with those force fields, being forced to attack, and their lives, ladies and gentlemen, are forfeit. All they really wanted to do was kill this one sentry. They did not like him. They did not like him at all. Look at this guy. Look at that pimp status immortal with that phoenix chest plate going on. He's like, oh yeah. Looks like a walking sarcophagus. So we got 16 more Zerglings in production, 3 more roaches. ranged level 2 coming up, and Groove Spines. Groove Spines, of course, are going to be for Hydralisk upgrade. Let's go ahead and watch this incursion here. Forward pylon getting taken out. And those Roaches pulled back just to push in to try and snipe off some of these outside Immortals, and they are doing a real good job. And all of this is backed up for Fnatic. He is just caught out of position here. However, there is not a lot left here. I'm really surprised. Just a couple of Roaches in the front. But the ranged upgrade for these Hydralisks really do make a big difference. Does manage to take out all the Immortals, and that is going to be a big problem for TT1. He needs to get more Immortals on the field. However, Zealot's coming to reinforce a couple more sentries, and he is going to clean this up. 2 Colossus in production, which means he has not 1 but 2 Robo-Bays, and ground level weapons 2 is now coming out for him. Twilight Council coming out for TT1 here. Are we going to see some Dark Templar or High Templar? I would love to see some High Templar, or maybe some Archons out of this. This would be really nice. Especially if he suspects that his opponent is going Muta, then I would suspect that, you know, Archon would be just really the way to go here. Well, it looks like he's moving out. Or is he? Just kind of faking back and forth here. And of course, TT1 does have that observer there. Those observers are so hard to spot when they are not moving. And this is just going to be a bad engagement. All those Lings crashing around, trying to get us around from the back, trying to get at those Colossus, but it is just too little too late by this time, my friends. Those Roaches coming up doing some nice work there. However, they are bunched up, and the splash damage from that Colossus going to take them out. And I would not be, well, I was going to say that I was going to expect TT1 to make a push at that point, but TT1 did not make a push. He probably should have. Let's go ahead and take a look at the production tab here. Or excuse me, the income tab again. So 83/90 for harvester count. Wow. And it does look as if Bellini has gone ahead and taken his 4th, and he is just doing a good job expanding. Look at his supply. 200 over 200, so he is 50 supply in the lead here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the army tab here. Well, obviously that can't be correct, but I mean, you can't have 200